When the war in Ukraine erupted, the world was plunged into a humanitarian crisis unlike any seen in Europe for decades. Cities once filled with life and laughter crumbled under relentless shelling, and families were torn apart by the chaos of invasion. The stark images of refugees fleeing their homes became the harrowing reality of millions. Mothers clutching children, elderly couples leaning on each other for support, and frightened teenagers carrying only the clothes on their backs flooded borders, searching desperately for safety and hope. For many, hope was fleeting. Statistics soon painted a grim picture. Over 14 million people displaced, with millions of women and children crossing into neighbouring countries like Poland, Romania and Hungary. Yet in the shadows of this mass migration, a sinister underworld thrived. Human traffickers, ever the opportunists, descended on vulnerable refugees with false promises of shelter, jobs, and a new start. Entire networks mobilized, turning war and despair into a lucrative business. Women and girls in particular became prime targets, vanishing into a hidden web of exploitation. Reports of trafficked refugees skyrocketed as international aid organizations struggled to keep up with the influx of victims. Thousands were lured by the guise of legitimate work, only to find themselves enslaved in brothels, sweatshops, or, perhaps most disturbingly, trapped in the booming industry of cam sex work. Deceptively modern and disturbingly pervasive, cam sex operations became the perfect cover for traffickers. Hidden behind nondescript warehouses, often in cities far from prying eyes, women were forced to perform degrading sexual acts in front of cameras for the pleasure of online perverts willing to pay. The anonymity of the internet allowed these crimes to flourish unchecked, leaving countless women voiceless and invisible. Among these victims was Oksana, a mother fleeing the war with her teenage daughter, desperate to find safety after losing everything in her hometown. She was snatched at the Poland-Ukraine border, a moment of chaos and confusion exploited by traffickers who viewed her not as a human being, but as a commodity. Her story is tragically representative of so many others. However, Oksana's journey is also one of resilience, rage, and an unyielding thirst for justice. Trafficking. Cam Girls. The Explosive State of the World novel by Stu Armstrong, out now from Amazon.